Welcome, guys, back to another video. Today, we are going to be reviewing 20 Years Later because I just watched 20 Years Later, and today is a good day because I don't know. Was the movie good? Was it bad? Is it worth all the hype? Is it worth all the hate? Because it's mixed on most people's opinions. You know what I'm saying? First of all, before I give my review, sorry I couldn't make this video with Leland. He ended up not doing the video with me, which is not his fault, not my fault. But, don't ask about the big drink. Don't ask. I loved 28 Years Later, and I know. So much hate, so much divide. The twist was weird in the middle of the movie. The change was weird in the middle of the movie. Should have been more of a zombie movie. Should have been more like the originals. Shouldn't have had more to the story. The ending was weird. This will be a spoiler-free review. I will make... okay, so this is going to be good. So I'm going to start making... I won't make a spoiler review for this movie, but I will start doing spoiler reviews in the future for, like, big movies. This I may or may not do a spoiler review, but I know for sure I'm going to do an ending explained, and that's, for most people, that's just them trying to get views. For me, it's legitimately, I need to get what I think of that ending out there, because it's weird. But yeah, this will be spoiler-free review. I loved 28 Years Later, and I do get where people are coming from when they are divided on this, though. Because, yes, there is a thing in the middle of the movie that you're like, whoa. That's not 28 years, that's not the 28 days, weeks, years, that's not that franchise. That's completely different than anything we've seen. But I am confused about some people's perspectives on that. Because did you just want the same thing that 28 Weeks Later did? Where it was just a rehash of the first one and not as good because it wasn't the original idea and the characters weren't as good. The characters were great in this, but I am glad they changed up the story. I'm glad it wasn't just a regular old zombie movie. Because I didn't like 28 Weeks. Well, I liked 28 Weeks Later. I didn't love it, you know what I mean? It was just an ordinary zombie movie. I thought it was kind of mid. But, 28 Days, I really like. I think the first half of it is overrated, but I still like it. I gave it like an 80-something out of 10. Honestly, you could argue, I'm going to be completely honest right here, you could argue 28 Years Later is the best in the franchise. I won't say that right now because I think that's true, but I know for most people they won't think that because of nostalgia and how people grew up with that movie, which I completely get. That's not something I get mad about because that's the whole reason I like It 2017, because that was my first horror movie. I know it sounds crazy for me to say, but that was my first horror movie, and I love it, and I still do. That's why I give it a high score, and it's on my top 10 horror movies of all time, top 5 to be fair. So yeah, I think 28 Years Later is a better movie than 28 Days Later, but I can see where people wouldn't like it, and sometimes it's not even nostalgia. I can see how people would like the original better just because it's a good movie. I completely get it, but I prefer 28 Years Later. And this could possibly be movie of the year. We've been having a lot of good movies recently. Like, I'm going to get a review out tomorrow about a movie that was insanely, surprisingly good. But, yeah. So, watch for tomorrow. I will do a 28 Years Later ending explained and then a review for a movie. But yeah, I love 20 Years Later. Spike is the main character in this. He carries this movie on his shoulders, and he does an incredible job of it. He is a little kid, and he's amazing. What's his name? Something Taylor Johnson, dude who played Craven. He does great in this. Such a hateable character, but in the best way possible. The mom, whoever plays the mom, she's great in this. The doctor, you'll see I'll talk about him in a spoiler review. Yeah, I'm not going to do a spoiler review for this, but I will do an ending explained and maybe get into spoilers in that video. Maybe, but I will mostly be talking about the ending because I got some thoughts. But, yeah, I don't think there was bad characters, but not bad performances in this. Great story, fantastic acting. It looked amazing, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this movie looked better than most summer blockbusters. Like, it looked better than most of these big movies that people like. It honestly does. And it was filmed on my iPhone. To be fair, I had like $1,000 things attached to it, but it was iPhone. It was great for it too. Really brought back the original look of the movie. And speaking of which, there's a lot of nudity in this movie. Not sexual, but it's there's a scene in here with pregnancy. It's disgusting. It's very graphic. There's this thing called the Alpha, and most of the zombies have something you can see, and it's kind of nasty. But it's in the entire movie, so you better get used to it. And make sure you don't watch this in 3D, because you will. Never mind. I'm kidding. This is a fantastic movie. And like I said, I will get into spoilers for the ending of this movie. It's not that big of spoilers. It's more of a thoughts on the ending. And the ending's not really a spoiler at all. It's literally a setup, which is that's my big negative of this movie, like one of my only negatives. That is that it really felt like a setup for what's coming in the future. Hey, what's played right now? But I'm not terribly mad about it. I thought this movie was absolutely amazing. So make sure you guys like and subscribe, hit the bell for notifications coming out below these next videos. And I'll see you in the next video, because I gotta do my ending explained video and post it tomorrow morning. See you in the next vid.